Today's MMA Company fight preview is with Eric Chase. Eric is going to be fighting at Stellar Fights 48 on January 22nd. That's going to be in Harrington, Delaware. Eric, thanks for joining me today. I know this fight has been off again, on again. Don't know if you're fighting, maybe fighting. So just talk me through that, that process the last like 2 weeks. What have you been told? I know the fight's back on now, but, just walk me through that.
Yeah, what happened was that Delaware mask mandate just kind of messed everything up. They wanted fighters to wear masks in the cage, and it was crazy. But it doesn't really affect me too much, man. I want to fight, so I told Brad, who's the promoter, he's like, "Well, we might have to do it outside if we can." I'm like, "I don't give a 30-degree weather. I don't care, man. I'm the White Walker. I don't feel cold. Put me out there, dude. I don't. If the fight happens, it happens." So it doesn't affect me too much. I know a lot of guys it affects, and the weight cut kind of messes up. But Brad worked with everybody. We got to catch weight now, so the weight's not a huge deal. It just what really happened, I think, is a lot of fights fell off, and it just the people that don't realize this is the world we live in, man. COVID-19, I've had 3 fights fall out before this one, so I've had whole cards scrapped. It's if you want to fight, you're gonna find a way to fight, and if you don't, you're gonna take the easy route out. So, fortunately for me, that I have that mentality, and thankfully my opponent is also is game too, that wants to fight if he can. So appreciate him for that. But when we get in there on the 22nd, it's all business. So.
Yeah. And it's a weird feeling, right? Because I remember my first ever fight was canceled the morning of the fight from a snowstorm. It was just like, we're not fighting now. Like, you made weight, everything happened.
Yeah.
And you were, about a week and a half out, and they say to you, we're maybe going to scrap the card. We're going to move it outside. And then they tell you that they are going to scrap it. So
Yeah.
is it something where you have to like mentally reset yourself after they say that the fight's off? Were you still planning on fighting that whole time and thinking that they were going to bring it back? Like, where were you at mentally when they went from all of those different things?
When I well, usually when I get into a fight camp, man, I get into that like just that game mindset. So it kind of messed up my mindset a little bit when they started saying, "Oh, it might not happen,"
Mhm.
because like I said, three times I've had a fight scheduled up, since like October, and they've been canceled. So I was just in my head, I'm like already like, okay, it's not happening. Um, but and go out, eat the sandwich, all that stuff. That probably messed me up more because I got sick because I've been eating so clean. So I ate a nice Wawa sub, and I'm like, "Huh." But nah, it definitely messed me up a little bit with just the mindset of everything. But once you said it was back on, it's back into game mode, dude. I'm in the gym 30 minutes later, ready to go. So I always train, dude. Even the day that they canceled it, I'm in the gym sparring. Like that's just me, dude. I live fighting. This is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. So camp or no camp, fight or no fight, I'm training hard. So I'm always coming with that mentality.
And it seems like your opponent kind of has that same mentality. He's 2-0. He's got I think 2 finishes we discussed, and you're coming off a split decision loss with Gunnar Spain, who's a very good fighter as well. And that
Yeah.
was an awesome fight to watch. So, what did you learn from that fight, coming from a fight that split decision? You probably thought you won it. Gunnar probably thought he won it. The judges give it to him. What kind of learning experience is that for you?
I mean, that was a fun fight, man. I went in there with the mentality just to, I knew he was kind of a striker, and I wanted to go in there and I want to bring the fight to where these people, are going to be their best. I mean, we're amateurs, so this is all a learning game. This is learning experience. We're not professionals. We're not, our career isn't riding off of the fight. So I'm going in there to learn, man. And if went to the ground, I could probably submit him, but on the feet, I wanted to go in and I want to test that guy. So put him on his back pedal, and I mean, I think it was a close fight, and I see how they can give it to him for sure. I mean, I got dropped in the first round, all that, but if there's a minute on the end of each of those rounds, that man is done. Because I mean, he was breathing heavy, winded, and that's just from the pressure that I can bring, man. And I learned a lot, and I love looking at my fights. So I always look at my fights as a learning experience. They say fall forward, right? So I go back and I look at the fight and see what I did wrong and see what to fix every fight. So every fight, I'm a different kind of fighter, man. I'm never coming with the same stuff and never coming with the same tools. I'm always evolving. So that was a good fight. I learned a lot from it, and here we go. It's prepared me for this one, and this fight will prepare me for my next one. So ready to go always.
Yeah, and speaking of falling forward, what kind of changes in your game can we expect to see in this fight with Pete without telling us too much about your game plan, anything like that? What did you take away from that and then took back to the gym to become a better fighter for this fight?
Just different things, man. Simple things, setting up feints, things like that. Trying to just get reactions out of people and being a little, because usually the first round is always a feeling out process, and I think I need to get my reads more down in my first round, stuff like that. Um, and just putting together, more punches into my combinations, just small things. I mean, I know I had a problem with Gunnar because he was just so good at distance, and for being a smaller dude, he was really staying on the end of my punches. So a couple things that I picked up from that, and just from being in there with a top level guy, and a lot of things that I've just been able to tweak to add to my game. And I mean, I thank him for that fight because I'm coming for blood, man. I'm ready now. So
And with this fight with Pete, like I said, he has two knockouts, and you said you
yeah,
like to take the fight to where people feel comfortable. You want to you want to fight them in, make them feel uncomfortable in places that they normally are comfortable. So can we
yeah.
expect to see another striking showcase between you and Pete in this fight at Stellar?
Hey, that's up to Pete. He knows where I'm bringing it. So we'll see who takes the first shot. But I think it's going to be. I would prefer it to be a stand-up fight just because, man, if we want to grapple, we can go do a naga, man. I want to get in there and I want to put some gloves on some faces, man. So I'm gonna bring the heat up striking. I mean, if it goes to the ground, it goes to the ground. I'm no scrub on the ground. I got my submission finish in the first round against tough guys, man. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 years, so I mean, I have that capability to do that. If that's where it goes, is where it goes. But yeah, man, I'm ready to go in there. I'm excited for the stellar fights with being able to have ground and pound and head kicks and all that fun stuff too. So I got a lot of tools that I'm going to be bringing. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where he wants to take it, but I know where I'm coming. So every fight stands on the feet, right? So starts on the
It
feet.
starts there, exactly. Yeah, and if he wants to go to the ground, I guess he's got to shoot first, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll see if he takes the first one.
Awesome. And before I let you go, just wanted to give you a chance to shout out anybody that's been helping you out so far in your amateur career, from sponsors, coaches, training partners. I know you got a wealth of knowledge and people that you're working with down at your gym. So I just want to give you that
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I do have to give a shout out to my head coach, Crew Stephen Cave, man. That man's a wizard. I call him the puppet master, man. He's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. He's shouting out the combos, and I'm just going through the motions with him. So give him a shout out. And also gonna give a shout out to Earl Trouble Small, one of my good friends, man. My jiu-jitsu coach. He's got my mind right for every fight, man. Always there in my corner. So them two guys, and just everyone at 302, man. We have a stellar team right there, and man, my other buddy, Eric Yergilis, he's going to be fighting for a title that night. So he's coming for blood too, man. We're really going to show out, and we're putting 302 on the map. So
Awesome, Eric. I'm looking forward to it. Kick some ass on the 22nd, and we'll see you on the other side.
yeah, yes, sir. Sounds good, brother.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.